Commercial and military pilots have reported over 600 near misses with unidentified flying objects over the last decade. Over 100 had passengers witnessing the near collisions as well. The UAP report from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence calls them a threat to flight safety. Let's explore. Hi everyone, and welcome to Project Bluebook, your place for the exploration of all things unidentified. I am Thor, and thanks for tuning in. The UFO footage collected out of cabin windows of commercial airliners are so plentiful by now, they'd play for hours, if not days, back to back. The unreported sightings and near misses are likely to run into the thousands. The incidents collected by MUFON and Bigelow Aerospace reads like a logbook. On February 2016, while on approach to Rio Grande, Argentina, a pilot reported an object paralleling his path in close proximity. September 2015, a Ryanair Boeing 737 over Eindhoven, Holland, encountered a black object hurling through the sky with a black streak of smoke trailing behind it and nearly missing the airliner. January 2014, in Jacksonville, Florida, a person on the ground observed a jetliner and a UFO flying side by side over the city. August 2013, over Rosemont, Illinois, about 10 minutes after takeoff, a plane climbing from O'Hare thought another plane was too close and reported it, only to find out it wasn't a plane at all, but a metallic gray circular object emitting a dim light and wobbling while climbing parallel to the airliner. The O'Hare traffic tower did not see it. December 2012, over Glasgow, Scotland, an Airbus reported a narrow miss with a blue and yellow object at 3,500 feet. Pilot used evasive maneuvers to prevent a collision. The reports have kept on coming, dating back to the Foo Fighters of World War II. And more of them have surfaced since the 2000s for a reason I'll explain. The 1990s saw a flurry of reported incidents. In 1995, over Texas, America West Flight 564 has become a poster child for near misses. Flying from Tempe, Florida to Las Vegas, Nevada, on the 25th of May, Captain Eugene Tollefson was at the helm over Bovina, Texas at 39,000 feet. When First Officer John Waller noticed a strange row of lights off the right side of the aircraft. He stood up slightly to get a better look, which made the rest of the crew peer out the window as well. They all witnessed a bright row of white lights attached to something that looked to be a solid object. At that very moment, a sudden flash of lightning in the distance revealed the object to be cigar-shaped, and they estimated its length to be about 400 feet. Tollefson called the Albuquerque, New Mexico Control Center to report the sighting, and the following conversation took place. It's a fun fact that an aviation abbreviation, America West, headquartered in Arizona, always went by the nickname Cactus. Keep that in mind when you hear it. They're referring to Tollefson's aircraft. Let's listen.
Center, Cactus 564.
Cactus 564, man.
Yeah, off to our 3 o'clock. Get some strokes out there. Can you tell us what it is?
I tell you what, that's some, right now, I don't know what it is right now. There is a restricted area that's used by the military out during the daytime.
Yeah, it's pretty odd.
Hold on, let me see if anybody else knows around here.
Albuquerque Center, American 1359 at 310. We got light shot.
American 1359, Albuquerque Center, roger, nothing more than a very occasional light chop in that area.
So appreciate it.
Hey.
And 564, did you pay that object at all?
Cactus 564, no I don't. And talking to the 3 or 4 guys around here, no one knows what that is. We've never heard about that.
But nobody's painting it at all?
Okay, Cactus 564, say again?
There's nothing on their radars on the other centers at all on that particular area, that object that's up in the air?
It's up in the air?
Affirmative.
No, no one knows anything about it. What's the altitude about?
I don't know, probably right around 30,000 or so, and it's with a strobe, it starts going counterclockwise, and the length is unbelievable.
921?
Cannon, go ahead.
Hey, do you guys know if there was anything like a tethered balloon or anything released that should be above tie band?
No, we haven't heard nothing about it.
Okay. Guy at 39,000 says he sees something at 30,000 that the length is unbelievable and it has a strobe on it. This is not good.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It's a UFO or something. It's that Roswell crap again.
Where's it at now?
He says it's right in tie band.
It's right in time. No, we haven't seen nothing like that.
Okay, keep your eyes open.
Foxtrot Kilo.
Texas 564, we checked with Cannon. They don't have any weather balloons or anything up tonight. Nobody up front knows any idea about that. You still see it?
Negative. That's where we initially spotted it. It was between the weather and us, and when the lightning, you could see a dark object, and it was pretty eerie looking. This aircraft officer right here going eastbound, maybe he'll see it.
Okay.
First time in 15 years I've ever seen anything like it.
Arcade 5, in the next about 2 to 3 minutes, be looking off to your right side. If you see anything about 30,000 feet, one aircraft reported does something. It wasn't a weather balloon or anything. It was a long, white-looking thing with a strobe on it. Let me know if you see anything out there.
Arcade 5, what did you see?
Said it was about 30,000.
Arcade 5, switching for ET.
In the days and weeks that followed, an inquiry to North American Aerospace Defense Command led them at first to explain the incident as a small private airplane, at 39,000 feet, mind you. Then they denied having any record of it. Albuquerque Traffic Control, however, does have a record of a conversation with NORAD about this incident. It goes to show the confusing and inaccurate handling of these reports, as government bodies seem unprepared to deal with them. But help was forthcoming. The prevalence of close calls and sightings in the early 2000s prompted the Federal Aviation Administration to hold emergency meetings to decide how to address this, for a pathway to direct the reportings, and decided to add a section within the FAA manual regarding unidentified aerial phenomena and unidentified flying objects. Yes, the FAA manual has a clause on how to deal with UFO encounters, spelled out. FAA says as follows in number 474. Regarding unidentified flying object reports: A. Persons wanting to report UFO, unexplained phenomena, activity should contact a UFO unexplained phenomena reporting data collection center, such as Bigelow Aerospace Advanced Space Studies, BAASS for short, the National UFO Reporting Center, etc. B. If concern is expressed that life or property might be endangered, then report the activity directly to the local law enforcement department. Not only did they add the above clause to their rules manual, but the FAA accepted an offer from Bigelow Aerospace billionaire owner Robert Bigelow to study UAPs and UFO cases on behalf of the FAA at the Bigelow Aerospace Advanced Space Studies Center in Nevada. By the FAA guidance to airmen, the company would set up a receiving mechanism to record, catalog, research, and study each incident to assess their merit and reality. It became an outsourced project, not so clandestine, yet offered to pilots a pathway without ridicule outside of the FAA, the airline they worked for, and their pilot union. In other words, they could freely report their sightings incidents without concern or fear of being stigmatized for doing so. This also means the FAA very much recognized the presence of UFOs as a real phenomena and as a safety threat to civil aviation. Among cases studied was a Swiss air flight on August 19, 1997. 16 minutes after takeoff from Philadelphia International Airport, Captain Phil Bobbitt and his crew witnessed a strange craft zipping by their plane as they made their way across New York and its boroughs, on their way out to the Atlantic. The evening was perfectly clear and visibility was extremely good. So good, in fact, that downtown New York City was clearly visible. Bobbitt was talking on the radio, making an announcement to the passengers when they saw the bizarre craft zoom by. He quickly wrapped up his announcement before radioing the Boston Control Center over the eastern seaboard. He described the object and said he wasn't sure if it was a rocket because it was too fast to be an airplane. On departure from Cancun, Quintana Roo, on the 15th of May 2015, An Aeromexico flight had to return to a nearby airport after a collision with an unidentified flying object that bent its nose. They were not birds, according to Jaime Maussan, Mexico's foremost UFO researcher, who has investigated the incident. And the captain confirms this object was not a bird either. It bounced off the nose of the airplane and continued flying at an incredible speed, according to the captain. 2 more almost identical collisions were reported in 2015, one involving Air China flight CA4307, departing Chengdu at 26,000 feet. It contacted the control tower in Guangzhou, requesting emergency landing due to a collision with an unknown object. Drones and birds don't typically fly at 26,000 feet. Air China reported mechanical failure regarding aviation instruments, which would be consistent to damage to the nose, where instruments like altimeter and airspeed indicators are stored. Since 2001, there's been a marked increase in sightings. Is it because of the existence of recording mechanisms? Is it because incidents are increasing? Or is it that pilots are less stigmatized in reporting on UAP UFO sightings? It is likely to be a combination of all of the above, which would mean that the 70s, 80s, and 90s saw a significantly higher number of incidents than went reported, and the 600 incident number over the last 12 years or so is likely much higher. And even at 600 every 12 years, that means at minimum over 3,000 sightings and near collisions have occurred since 1970. The reason pilots reporting UFO sightings is so important is a built-in professional bias in the public eye as well as within the UFO community. Nick Pope, who used to work for the British Ministry of Defence, having top secret security clearance as well as need-to-know clearance at the Directorate of Aerospace Security, he states that he is always most intrigued by eyewitness reportings from pilots, airline or military, as well as military personnel, police officers, air traffic controllers and scientists, over and above other layperson eyewitness accounts, because they offer a professional perspective that filters out the sensation of the event, while adding other filters of experienced analysis, be it flight recorder, instruments, visual flight picture observation, and judgment, obtained from years of experience, unbiased and disciplined through their professional lens. When an Air Force captain says it took off at a speed greater than anything that exists in our military arsenal and without propulsion or sound, your next question to the captain is not going to be, "But sir, are you sure it wasn't a weather balloon?" Pilots know what a star looks like. They know what a rocket looks like, and another passenger airplane looks like, as they know a drone, a bird, a fighter jet, and a cloud formation. Which also means they know when it is none of those things, when it is an actual UFO, without a doubt. They have reported over 600 UFO sightings and near misses over the last 12 years, which translates into more than one per week, continually, and they keep on coming. You can watch and listen to this and other podcasts on Project Bluebook, your safe and reliable source for exploring the unidentified. Each day, let's practice compassion and kindness. And please subscribe. I am Thor, and thanks for listening. See you next time.